Kaugnay ng gumugulong ng paghahanda para sa impeachment trial ni Vice Presidente Sara Duterte, makakasama natin Congresswoman Jerbil Luistro, Head Prosecutor ng Kamara para sa impeachment ni Vice President Sara Duterte. Magandang tanghali po sa inyo, Kong. Salamat po for making time.
Magandang tanghali, Cheryl, at magandang tanghali po sa lahat ng sumusubaybay ng One Balita.
Kong, siguro po para sa kaalaman ng ating mga manunood, simulan ko muna doon sa ano ba ang pre-trial conference? Ano ba ang nangyayari dito?
Okay. Ito pong pre-trial conference ay ginagawa upang mapaghandaan ang paparating na trial. The objective is to be able to come up with a simple, expeditious, and fair trial for both parties, no? And that is why pinag-uusapan dito, number one, proposed stipulation of facts. Yung mga facts na pwedeng i-deny or i-admit ng either party so that mabawasan ang mga disputed na issues, no? Yung pagkakasunduan ng prosecution at defense, aalisin na siya dun sa mga controversies, no? Pero kung i-deny naman ng magkabila yung kanilang proposed stipulation of facts, then that will be part of the disputed issues na kailangang patunayan during the trial. We call that proposed stipulation of facts subject to the parties' admission or denial, no? Yung pangalawa, Cheryl, we need to submit the list of our witnesses because we are avoiding surprises, no? Gusto ng court alam kung sino yung mga ilalatag nating testigo. So as a general rule, yung testigo na hindi mo na-submit ang pangalan during pre-trial conference, bawal siyang i-present during the trial. However, there is an exception. Kung merong concern about safety and security, pwedeng i-reserve mo lang muna at saka mo na i-disclose ang kanyang identity 3 days before his presentation during the trial. Yung third, Cheryl, is about our documentary evidence and object evidence, no? Ito minamarkahan na natin because marking the exhibits is very time-consuming. So ginagawa yan during pre-trial conference para pagdating natin ng trial, diretso na sa identification of documents, no? So ang purpose ng lahat ng ating ibinabahagi sa ating mga kababayan is to be able to come up with a simple, expeditious, and fair trial. Simple, mabilis, at patas na pagdinig, hindi lang para sa prosecution, lalo't higit kay respondent vice president. Because we have to understand that this impeachment trial is two-way. It can result to conviction. It can result also to acquittal. Depende sa mga ebidensya na ilalatag.
Sabi nyo nga po, simple, expeditious, and fair.
That's correct.
Okay, ito po, nagkaroon na tayo ng unang araw ng pre-trial conference. Kumusta naman po yung itinakbo?
Well, as a matter of fact, gusto ko i-commend ang prosecution, ang depensa, at gano'n ang impeachment court. Because we are aligned towards the objective of the PTC, no? Malimit ako matanong kung nagkaroon daw ba ng tension. If ever there was, anticipated yan, Cheryl. Sapagkat itong impeachment trial na ito, this is adversarial. Why
Yes.
adversarial? Because the position of the prosecution is completely opposite to the position of the defense. Kaya more often than not, ay magkataliwas talaga sila. At sabi ko nga, magtaka tayo kapag pareho ang posisyon ng prosecution at defense. Naturally, magkaiba talaga sila ng posisyon because this proceeding is an adversarial proceeding. Imagine, the prosecution is alleging the commission of certain acts against the vice president while the defense is trying to prove the innocence of the respondent. So they're totally opposite. And that is why anticipated ang disagreement at yung sinabi mong tension, anticipated din yun. Ang mahalaga, at the end of the day, we are aligned in coming up with a simple, expeditious, and fair trial, which is the objective of our pre-trial conference.
So naging manageable naman yung tension. Sabi nyo nga normal lang yun. Pero
Well, I do not even consider that as tension eh. Parang it's just a manifestation of the contradictory position of the prosecution on one hand and the defense on the other hand.
ang sinabi rin po ng inyong mga tagapagsalita sa prosecution ay dismayado sila na hindi dumating po si VP Sara. Ang karamihan po siguro ng ating mga kababayan, mas ini-expect nila na haharap at makikita nila si VP Sara sa trial proper. Pero ano po ang kahalagahan na sana ay dumating o nagpakita po si VP Sara dito sa pre-trial conference?
Cheryl, as a general rule, no, dapat present yung parties. Maliwanag yan doon sa ating rules on free trial conference. Nonetheless, pwede namang hindi sila pumunta provided they will give the necessary authorization to their representative, which in this case, ang House of Representatives inauthorized ang entire prosecution panel, both the public and the private. However, doon sa defense naman, inauthorized naman ni respondent vice president yung kanyang counsel. So, perhaps the frustration is coming from the long delay to hear the defense of the vice president, no? Sapagkat since the 19th Congress, we've been dealing with similar grounds. We've been dealing with similar offenses. And ngayon nga, matutuloy na, siguro itong mga nag-express ng frustration are really looking forward to see and hear the answers and the defense of the respondent vice president to the allegations of the prosecution. But nevertheless, under the rules, pwede. Pwede na bigyan ng authorization ng parties yung kanilang representative, which in this case, ulitin ko po, ang prosecution may authority from the House. So, we appeared for the House of Representatives. Yung defense naman, nakapagpakita din ng authority from respondent vice president. And that is why they're allowed to appear also for the respondent.
So, kung naging productive naman po yung first day, marami naman pong na-achieve kasi you only have until the 22nd for the pre-trial conference. So, kakayanin po ba ito na ito yung pagpe-present ng list of witnesses and then yung sabi nyo nga po yung documentary evidence, yung pagpe-presenta nito, matatapos naman po lahat?
Well, we are positive, Cheryl, no? In fact, yung stipulation of facts submitted na, list of witnesses submitted na, issues for resolution submitted na rin, ang hindi lang trial dates ay submitted na din, no? Ang hindi lang natapos is the marking of our exhibits. Of course, understandable yan. Voluminous ang exhibits ng prosecution, particularly pagdating sa unexplained wealth at saka confidential fund. And that explains kung bakit babalik kami sa Monday for the continuation of the marking of exhibits. But once done, Cheryl, no? Then we will just be waiting for the issuance of the pre-trial order. At itong pre-trial order na ito yung magsisilbing guide. Ito yung magsisilbing agreement between and among the prosecution, the defense, and the impeachment court. Ito na ang susundin namin. Bawal kaming mag-deviate from the contents of the pre-trial order, no?
Magiging madugo pala, no? Pre-trial conference pa lang, madugo na.
Well, in a way, madugo siya sapagkat maraming kailangang pag-usapan.
Yes.
It actually simplifies, shortens, and expedites what will happen during the trial. Kaya napakahalaga nitong pre-trial conference na ito.
Kung naging sentro rin po ng talakayan, kung magbabase ba sa 24 o sa mga aktibong senador na lamang yung 2/3 vote para sa conviction ni VP Sara, paano ba ito pagdedesisyonan? Ano po ang take nyo on this, Kong?
That issue is not proper dito sa ating PTC. It is premature to raise that issue. I don't know if during the trial, ay i-allow ng presiding officer yan, deliberation on how do we interpret the threshold, which under the Constitution is 2/3 of all the members of the Senate. No? Ako personally, my position really is to apply the doctrine of Abilino dito sa ating impeachment because nonetheless, whether this legislative body or an impeachment court, parehas silang may standard concerning quorum, majority, and threshold. And that is why, in my personal opinion, the doctrine in Avellino must be applied also to impeachment, which means that dapat ang base is only the number of the members of the Senate who are within the coercive power of the institution, no? But nevertheless, Cheryl, of course, we truly acknowledge the contrary view of some of our countrymen, no? May mga senador na nag-express ng contrary view, may mga legal experts, iba rin yung kanilang view. And that is why it is important na ito'y mapag-usapan, hindi lang sa level ng mga politicians or members of the legislative, but even in the level of our students, no? Kasi it's about time maging bukas na rin ang isip ng ating mga estudyante about the constitutional process, no? I don't know really kung paano natin ito maa-address, no? But I hope na kayanin ito dun sa Senado. Otherwise, we will be needing the help of the Supreme Court to enlighten us on the matter.
So ito pong desisyon na ito ay between sa mga senator judge na po. Sila na ang dapat sana magkasundo-sundo. Kung pagbabasihan ba ay 22 or 24. But then again, dalawa yan. Kanya-kanya, sabi niyo mo, kanya-kanyang interpretasyon. At merong papayag, igigiit na 24, may igigiit na 22. So may mga nagsasabi pong proposisyon na iakyat na ito sa Korte Suprema ang paglilinaw na ito habang maaga pa. Pero hindi ho kaya nangangamba na mas maantala itong pagsisimula ng trial proper kung maghihintay pa ng pasya ng Korte Suprema?
Well, I don't think that the deliberation or even a petition elevated to the Supreme Court will delay. Hindi naman dapat, no? Because the only occasion na dapat ma-delay itong impeachment trial is kung may TRO. Eh wala naman tayong TRO. We will only be seeking for an enlightenment sa proper interpretation ng threshold for the purpose of conviction, no? Doon, Cheryl, sa maraming kaso na nadesisyonan ng Supreme Court, meron tayong tinatawag na doctrine of political question. Kamukha nung question ng teacher ang naging change of leadership from SP Alan Cayetano to acting SP, then President Pro Tem pa lang noon, Win Gatchalian. Ang naging position doon ng Supreme Court ay hindi nila ni-resolve because it is a matter of political question that belongs exclusively to the Senate. And therefore, hindi siya justiciable, hindi pwedeng mag-intervene ang Supreme Court. But, Cheryl, on the issue of threshold for the purpose of conviction, tingin ko the distinction is thin line. You can interpret it towards a political question of the Senate. You can interpret then also as a justiciable question of the Supreme Court. Kasi, klaro siya sa Supreme Court eh. Sa Constitution, it provided for the provision of 2/3 of all members of the Senate. So this is not merely procedural. This is constitutional, no? So, tingin ko, maganda, subukan sana ng Senado na i-resolve. Otherwise, really, the Supreme Court must intervene for us to be able to be enlightened on the proper interpretation of that threshold.
At para po mas mapabilis at mayroon ng desisyon, pwedeng ngayon pa lamang dalhin na nila para kumbaga pag nangyari na, nagsimula na yung trial proper at gumugulong na, hopefully bago maggawa ng desisyon ay nakapagdesisyon na rin ang Korte Suprema.
Tama yung appreciation mo, Cheryl, sapagkat it is hard to conceive a situation na meron ng decision ng impeachment court tapos nagkakagulo tayo dahil hindi pa settled yung issue ng threshold, di ba? But I am not certain really if this is ripe already for a proper petition to be filed in the Supreme Court. No? But definitely, pag-aaralan po yan ng prosecution kung ano ang pinakamagandang gawin para ma-address na yung ating interpretation na yun on threshold at pag natapos itong trial, pare-pares na tayo makamove forward.
Kinwestiyon din po sa pagpupulong yung evidentiary rules. Gaano kahigpit po ang Senado sa mga tatanggaping ebidensya? Handa ho ba ang inyong panel on this?
Well, kung ang tinutukoy mo, Cheryl, is the PTC, that is not the proper forum in questioning the rules on evidence, no? Or the evidentiary weight of our pieces of evidence. Bawal yun. Sapagkat pag PTC, purely marking of exhibits lang ang pwedeng mangyari, no? Issues about admissibility of evidence must happen during the trial. Maliwanag naman, issues of procedure, issues of evidence, admissibility, i-rule yan ng presiding officer unless on the first instance gusto niyang pabotohan sa mga senator judges, no? But he has all the power to rule on procedural and evidentiary issues.
Lahat po ay nakatutok na dito bilang House Prosecutors. Ano po ang inyong mensahe sa publiko na umaasa ng isang maayos, transparent at walang kinikilingang impeachment trial?
Sa lahat po ng ating kababayang Pilipino, no? Ang akin pong mensahe sa inyo, walk with us. Samahan niyo po kami sa muling paggulong ng demokrasya sa ating bansa. Sapagkat ito po ay para sa lahat ng Pilipino, para sa ating mga anak, para sa ating mga apo.
Marami pong salamat sa inyong oras, House Lead Prosecutor Jervil Luistro. Magandang hapon po.